All right, we got the Citizen C2 Kids 3-string electric guitars. They're in stock and ready to ship. Got this red as Fire Engine Red. We got this Groovy Green. We got it in a Happy Yellow. And last but not least, Space Blue. All right, let's talk about these guitars. All right, so we have here the kids guitars. I made a video about these ones a couple months back, so I'll put the link somewhere so that you can watch that one. That video was me talking about why and some of the features and stuff. But now that I got the real guitars here, I want to just talk through them and show you instead of the last video I was kind of talking about them in theory. Let me get these guys out of the way. Actually, let me do one thing. Let me grab a full-size guitar really quick just to kind of have a size comparison. So this is a standard Fender Telecaster, and when you put it right up next to the kid's guitar, you can see, you know, this one's much smaller. So the age range is supposed to be from 6 and up. So let's come and take a look at this. We'll focus on this red one because I'm planning to give this to my son, Joshua. He likes red because of Lightning McQueen and what's the other thing? Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, first of all, we could see it's a 3-string guitar, and so these 3 strings are the same exact strings that you would find on a regular guitar. It's the highest 3 strings on a regular guitar, so the way that's tuned is G, B, and E. The scale length on this guitar, that's the distance from the bridge to the nut, is gonna be much shorter than a standard guitar, and that's because kids can get their hands around this much easier than something full size. On the string gauges, we used heavier string gauges than you would normally on a standard guitar for these, because when you shrink the guitar down, the strings are going to be looser at that tuning, and so to compensate that, we beefed up the string gauges a bit. I just realized we hijacked a volume knob from this guitar and we installed it on one of the guitars that had to ship out yesterday. So let me grab a knob really quick. All right, so these knobs, they just push right on. You might wonder what orientation to put these knobs on. I just crank it to 10 and then I install, or I press the knob on so that 10 is facing the player, and that usually works out really well. Okay, so now we got the volume knob on there. It looks better now. So if you're familiar with our guitars, we have a Model C2. It's our original design, and this is the same shape as the Model C2, just shrunk down for the kid's size. The strings go through the bridge and are anchored in the back of the body. That's called string through body. It's a fixed bridge, so really simple, easy to stay in tune. And then here we have a single volume, just really simple. You could turn off the volume, or you could roll it all the way up to 10, or you know, if you want something in between, you could do that as well. Okay, so for the pickup, this one was actually positioned here specifically because some of the other 3-string guitars out there, you might have a pickup that's a little closer to the bridge. And when you do that, the tone of the guitar gets brighter. And that could be a good thing, especially for more accomplished players. But for beginners, for children, I'm thinking it's a little too bright and a little too harsh because they're just going to be attacking the strings without a whole lot of control. And so I placed this Tele neck pickup here intentionally to just make the guitar sound less harsh when the kids are playing it. And by the way, this is a totally solid wood construction. The neck is 1-piece maple, so maple fretboard, maple neck, it's all built from the same piece of wood. And then the body is made out of solid basswood. And then you got 19 frets on the neck. And then something we did that's special, you see these little black toppers. These are not found on basically any guitar. But what they are is, I'm not sure if you can see this, but they're these little black they're finger protectors essentially, because on all guitars you have to put the strings in through the tuner, and there's this little piece of string that sticks out, and it could, if you're not careful, it could poke your finger. And so since kids are not as careful and they're always grabbing things, we wanted to make sure to put these guys on there to protect their little fingers. I'll come a little closer to the camera so that you could see these little things. There's the black little finger protectors. And while I'm here, you can see we have a nice belly carve. That's for comfort when the kids want to put the guitar up against their body. It's not as a hard 90. And then you can see it's a bolt-on neck. So yeah, we built you know, a half dozen or so of each color. Not too sure if we're going to continue making these because yeah, we're just experimenting. But I just turned on the amp, so I'm going to plug this one in and just play it and let you hear what it sounds like. Let's get this tuned up. So this is just the guitar straight to the amp. There's no pedals or anything, just so you could get a feel for the sound. I don't know what I'm doing here. So anyway, I'm not really very good at 3-string electric guitar, but I did send one out to this guy, Ben, who is got a bunch of really great videos, and he teaches kids. And he's got a bunch of 3-string guitars, and he said it was a really good guitar. And so, yeah, I'll put a link to his video too as well. All right, well there you go. That's the Citizen C2 kids guitar in Fire Engine Red.